Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Wapsie River Rat, the channel, or what do you want to call it. But quickly ran to Walmart, got myself a new little bitty tripod that the legs can wrap around stuff and stuff like that. So Colin, talking to you, man. This is not going to be yours now. And you can come back and grab yours, but I got the kind that I want since I let you guys borrow it. Well, let you borrow it, and don't know where it's at or anything like that, and that's completely gone. So this one's mine. So, but still love you, guy. So, but anyway, got a whole bunch of these jigs here. And what we're going to be doing is going to be painting them up today. So I personally mainly use white, but I made some up here and had to demonstrate it to demonstrate how everything's done to my mom and her husband. So got a whole bunch here made up. These are just purple candy purple with some chartreuse and gold flake on them. And but I personally use a lot of white, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making a whole bunch of these freestyle jigs that I made up for crappie and walleye, and gonna put some white on them. Might put some little different accent colors on them, and all that. So we'll see how that goes, but come along for the journey. It is colder than blazes out there right now. And I think my truck said -4, and it's going to be in the lows for zeros and single digits, and below zero with a wind chill at negative below zero. But yeah, so it's going to be colder than blazes out there, and I personally don't do a whole lot of ice fishing. I never went, never had the equipment, and never knew anybody that did go. So I would love to go sometime, learn how to do it and all that. So if anybody out there knows anybody that's willing to take me, or tag along or whatnot, so I can learn the journey of how to ice fish and all that, please hit me up and all that. But we are preparing for spring. Spring's coming right around the corner. It is February 17th, President's Day. And spring's coming around the corner, and the walleye are going to be spawning in maybe late March, early April, once the water temps come up, and then crappie. So we're going to be grocery fishing here real soon. So we're going to be going out there and heading up some spots, and going to try and bring in some walleye and crappie, and hopefully some white bass and wipers. So gonna be doing a lot of grocery fishing. So, and but let's go ahead and start doing the thing. So stay tuned. Mainly right now what I got going on here is what you're gonna need is a heat gun, and this is going to be very loud. And what I have up there is a whole lot of Protect powder paint, and you can pick those up at Barlows, Do It, Jan's Tacklecraft, wherever you can find that. But in my experience, Protect is probably the best powder paint you can get. And these little big jars here, that's still Protect powder paint. What happened was, when I was working there, and when there was a shipment of Protect that came in and a bottle broke, they just went and poured the powder paint into a big jar, and they're like, "Hey Mason, you want some powder paint that we can't send out anymore?" Well, I was like, "Yeah, sure." So that's just a whole lot of the stuff that broke that came in shipments, and I got some here too. And so I went ahead and grabbed it, but the rest of those there I bought for myself. And yeah, so anyway, what we're gonna do right now is just grab whatever jigs we can grab here, and I'll show you here how I personally like to do it. And yeah, so give me a sec. Let me get you guys mounted, and we'll be right at her. All right, so give me one sec. All right, so what I do is just turn this on. So excuse the noise. That heat gun is pretty loud, so I'm just gonna grab here jig. All right, and then what you can do is go ahead and put some shrink wrap or whatever, wire shrinkage for when you do tail lights or whatever, and put it over the eye of the eyelet there. But right now, for just demonstration purposes, I'm just going to show you how I do this. Take the heat gun, go over top of the jig here, real hot, and take your powder paint, okay, and just dip it in there, heat it up again, melt some of that down. And if your eyelet is closed up, as you can see here, mine is kind of sort of closed up, you can just go ahead and grab yourself an eye cleaner tool like I have here, and just go over that real quick and open that eyelet up. Alright, so that's mainly what I do. And then you just take my little tool here, my jig clamp, and I just go ahead and just stick it in there and get ready for the baking process. So I'm going to go ahead and do this many more times and show you how I do this with the baking and show you the results from the baking. All right, so stay with me. All right, so I just have a regular old kitchen oven, not kitchen oven, but just a little toaster oven. And what I'll do is I already have it set at 350 degrees, so you want to bake your jigs at 350 degrees. So what I'll do is just turn it on here and get it preheated, and then once my temp tells me it is at 350 degrees, I'll pop these in and then let them bake for 15 to 20 minutes. A little bit longer, I've seen that, just a little bit longer. You don't want to put them in too long, but just a little bit longer, it does help harden that paint a little bit more than what is recommended. But you don't want to go ahead and bake these to the point that they start cooking on their own. So, and they'll just turn like an off color or something like that. But yeah, so we'll go ahead, get that temp right up to where it needs to be, and then pop these in, and then your painting of your jigs are done. So that's the way it is. But we'll go ahead and I'll turn let this go heat up, and then we'll get right back to it. All right, so we got the oven here preheated at 350. So we're gonna go ahead, pop these in, and let these bake. Move it down to 20 minutes or so, and we'll just let them sit in there and bake along. So we'll be right back. All right, so we got the baking process done. I'll quickly take one out, leave the other one in there. It's very, very hot, so be careful when you do take these out. But as you can see here, well, it's going to be hard for you to see, but they are hardened up. Some of the paint has melted down the shank of the hook instead of pooling on top, so that's real good. And yeah, so I think it did a pretty good job on what this done. So, but what we're going to do now is just leave the other one in there, let these cool down real quick, and everything else. Well, that's all I got for you guys. So this is just a real quick video and everything and whatnot before I get back to work. Right now I need to go get some stuff put in my eye for uh, the treatment that I did about a week ago, and the doctor still wants me to continue on with the eye drops and stuff for my eye. And tomorrow I'll be heading back down there and getting it checked out and get back to work. But if you guys haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button and hit the like button on this video. Comment down below if you enjoyed it, all this good stuff, and yeah, to help us out and everything else. My boy's at school also, and he would greatly appreciate that you hit that like button and subscribe also, because we're hoping to get this channel and so that everybody else can see it and be seeing what Iowa has to provide for fishing. And we're going to be heading up to Minnesota. We might be doing some fishing in Wisconsin, Illinois, and if we get enough subscribers and whatnot, we might be going over the country, heading down to Missouri, heading over to Nebraska, heading the Missouri River up, South Dakota, and yeah, so please hit that subscribe button and everything else. We greatly appreciate it and help us out. So guess what? I'm going to head upstairs. My dog's going crazy. So I'll see you guys on the next one.